you. Good morning. As you know, the whole theme of the month is the universe is calling, and today's talk is titled The Cosmic Counterpart. And as I was thinking of that, every time I'd say cosmic counterpart, I'd go comic counterpart. So I have to tell you a story. So there was a burglar who was burgling, burgling, burgling a house, and he was just getting in the window, and he heard this noise saying, "Jesus is watching." He looks all around, doesn't see anything. Jesus is watching. So he starts pulling all of the silver and the jewelry into his bag, and again he hears Jesus is watching and looks around. Who's talking? Is a bird. A bird is talking, saying, "Jesus, is your name Jesus that you're talking to me?" "No, no, my name's Moses," the bird says. "What kind of people are going to name their bird Moses?" And the bird says, "The same kind that named their pit bull Jesus." Oh, okay. So now I can have the cosmic counterpart. The cosmic counterpart is that aspect of you that is eternal, that is one with source, that is one with divine mind, divine life, that has never suffered, that is fully capable, that is the I am that I am. It is what it is what we start our prayers with, reminding ourselves that there's God and nothing else. So therefore we're one with that power, one with that principle. And everything comes from it. All good come from a realization of our oneness with source, or with that cosmic source, not the human self. Although it's great that you are a human self too, you're a spiritual being having this human experience. It's a good thing, so we can see each other. And the truth of you is invisible, powerful beyond measure, so creative it cannot even be imagined or contained. And what gets in the way of us letting that cosmic counterpart out? What gets in the way? Well, it's ourselves, of course. It's our poor memory. I don't mean aging. I mean our poor memory. We haven't remembered who God is in us. We haven't thought for a moment, who am I? Who is the I am that's noticing me? Who is the I am that decides what to talk about? Who is that I am? And that is the cosmic counterpart. Sometimes it's comic too, but it's usually cosmic. So the cosmic counterpart that's in every one of us, not just me, it's in each one that's here. This magnificent being, this presence. And I want to tell you a story, and many of you have heard it before, but I'm going to tell you, and then Diane's going to share something with us. Um, this is a true story. It was a story of a new director of an asylum for the criminally insane. These people were going to be in there for life because they were all murderers. They were very dangerous, and there was no hope of any of them recovering, getting well. Zero hope. Zero hope. Well, they all got well. They all got well, and they closed the asylum. So the rest of the story is this. It was because of the director. My first thought was, he must be a fabulous counselor. He must be a wonderful, perceptive counselor. He never saw one of them in person. He never counseled with them. Here's what he did. He brought out their file. He read through the file, and he said the words of a Ho'oponopono prayer, which are very simple. It is, "I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you." And why did it work? It works because he believed, as we believe, that if you can see something, it's in you. And if you can heal it in you, it's healed. If you no longer see criminally insane people, you don't see this person on your file as being criminally insane, but rather as uh, another spiritual being, a precious being of God. If you start seeing that, then that is what's going to happen. And this story is told that it was a horrible place to work. The staff kept quitting or showing up late, or they were terrified to work there. It was a very, very bad place to work. And then when he came, even though he didn't have great staff relationships, he didn't have tea parties for his staff, he didn't have welcome parties, he just did his work. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. He did his work, and in that doing of the work, the staff started to like their place of work. They started to feel good about themselves. The energy shifted and changed. Now, this guy is still alive, and he does travel and give talks. And also several books have been written about him, and you can pick up any one of them. They're great. It's something each one of us can practice. And we can practice on another. We can practice on ourselves. So now Diane is going to share one of the things she did a couple of weeks ago, and she'll tell you.
Well, I had a car cruncher. I think
Yes,
most of you know that. On my way to church 2 weeks ago, and was one of those just bizarre accidents. It was my fault. I was the hitter, and I hit someone else. We're both fine. She walked away fine. I walked away fine. But my immediate reaction after hitting her and coming out of the shakes was, I'm so ashamed because I made a big mistake. And as soon as I, went through all the police reports and all of that, and Chelsea came and picked me up and went home, I started praying, of course, immediately, even before impact, because I saw it was coming. But one of the first prayers, along with my mantra that I used, was the, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, to the woman that I hit. She didn't know this, but I kept saying that over and over and over. And every once in a while I'd switch it to, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And then I would answer myself, I forgive you, Diane. And then I'd say, thank you. And then I'd say, I love you. And then I'd hear back, I love you, Diane. So it was like this wonderful healing prayer that really helped me a lot. And I used it and feel like I have been forgiven, and that I'm moving forward, and that there's all I put out for this woman is this love, 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 and thank you, thank you, thank you. So where's Heather? That's how I used it, and it was very, very powerful, and I still use it.
Yes.
Still use it.
Yes. Thank you. It's great to have a tool to use in any circumstance. And that's a very easy tool to remember. And I was just checking out Hugh Lynn, who was a doctor, and he said, it doesn't matter what order you do it in. Just make sure you have all four. Doesn't matter whether you start with, I love you, which I like to start with, I love you. But it doesn't matter which order. It just matters that all four aspects of the prayer are included. And okay, so that is a cosmic counterpart. The cosmic is the invisible energy of love, of forgiveness, of reconciliation that takes place in that prayer, in the one praying, which makes a difference everywhere. So the whole thing about the cosmic counterpart is, since it is for its creation, it's for you, and it's guiding you. It's guiding me. And how do I get in touch with that guidance? Well, the first thing is, if I've got anything else going on, if I've got any resentment or anger or fear or any of those human tendencies going on, I need to set them aside to find that place of peace so I can hear the internal GPS God's GPS. I can't hear it if I'm angry. I can't hear it if I'm afraid. I need to be centered in the awareness of peace, of possibilities. On Wednesday Wisdom, I showed a clip from um, The Power of the Heart, which we will play sometime, the whole thing. The clip was a story of Immaculée Iglesias, and her story is a pretty horrible story with a great ending. She was one of the few Tutsi people that survived the Rwanda massacre. And she survived with 7 other women in a bathroom, a 3x8 or 3x7 bathroom, for 3 months, locked in that bathroom. And was she angry and afraid when she went in the bathroom? Absolutely. Absolutely, she was. Did she have a reason to be? Absolutely. But here's the thing about those feelings. They were tearing her apart. She had a headache. She had a stomach ache. She felt horrible all the time because she was angry all the time. And when she found a place of peace, the headache, the stomach ache, the belly ache all went away. And she could listen to that guidance. The guidance actually saved her life and saved the life of those other 7 women, because the guidance said to her, we need to move a wardrobe in front of the door to the bathroom so they don't see this place. And the pastor that was looking after them did that. And so they weren't discovered. But it wasn't just that easy. And whatever is going on in your life, you might be listening, think, yeah, that's a really great little prayer, but she doesn't understand me. She doesn't know what I'm going through. She doesn't know my broken heart, or the way that son of a gun, blah, 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 blah. Fill in any blank you want. Fill in, she doesn't understand my illness. She doesn't understand my relationships with my family or friends or lover or whatever it is. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. And the reason I chose such a hugely dramatic one as Immaculée Iglesias' life is if she could know God in those circumstances, if she could listen to that voice for God within her and make a decision that she was very clear she had a choice, that she could choose hate or she could choose love. But every time she went to hate, her body hurt. And when she went to love, she felt light. Imagine being in that room with 7 other people. There's no air. There's only the scraps of food that the children are eating for food. There's no talking. And yet, she said, when she felt that presence, it was as if the whole place just opened up and was pure light. That is the cosmic counterpart, feeling that light. And can you feel it right now? Of course you can. If you just get still, listen to it. It's in you. It is through you. The author of this book, of course, was a unity minister, Eric Butterworth, the book that I'm doing, very famous minister that did a lot. And I wanted to share with you something else from Unity. This was written by the poet emeritus, James Dillett Freeman. And I know some of you probably have guessed already what it is. It's called I Am There. And this is what it says. Do you need me? I am there. You cannot see me, yet I am the light you see by. You cannot hear me, yet I speak through your voice. You cannot feel me, yet I am the power at work in your hands. I am at work, though you do not understand my ways. I am at work, though you do not recognize my works. I am not strange visions. I am not mysteries. Only in absolute stillness, beyond self, can you know me as I am. And then, but as a feeling and a faith. Yet I am there. Yet I hear. Yet I answer. When you need me, I am there. Even if you deny me, I am there. Even when you feel most alone, I am there. Even in your fears, I am there. Even in your pain, I am there. I am there when you pray and when you do not pray. I am in you and you are in me. Only in your mind can you feel separate from me, for only in your mind are the myths of yours and mine. Yet only with your mind can you know me and experience me. Empty your heart of empty fears. When you get yourself out of the way, I am there. You can of yourself do nothing, but I can do all. And I am in all. Though you may not see the good, good is there, for I am there. And I am there because I have to be, because I am. Only in me does the world have meaning. Only out of me does the world take form. Only because of me does the world go forward. I am the law on which the movement of the stars and the growth of living cells is founded. I am the love that is the law's fulfilling. I am assurance. I am peace. I am oneness. I am the law that you can live by. I am the love that you can cling to. I am your awareness. I am your peace. I am one with you. I am. Though you fail to find me, I do not fail you. Though your faith in me is unsure, my faith in you never wavers because I know you, because I love you. Beloved, I am there. That's the presence speaking to each one of us. It's the absolute truth everywhere, and especially in time of pain or anger or sorrow or fear. God is. God is there. If you have a problem that you're wondering about, and first of all, I'd encourage you to see one of the practitioners. They'll help you. And you're thinking, great, they're going to give me advice. No, they're not going to give you advice. They've been trained really well. They're not going to give you advice, but they're going to make sure you listen to that still small voice within you so you can give yourself the right answer. That's their job, to listen to you and help you listen to the voice of God within you. There is no problem that comes to you that that inner knowing cannot solve. In fact, there's no other way that it can be solved except by just getting still, listen. And you know what? A wonderful way to start the day is just to get up, do your quiet time, and as before you begin it, just say, what is mine to do today? And then sit for 10 or 15 minutes and listen. What is mine to do today? Eric Butterworth talks in his book how his wife was very supportive of him, and when he was struggling with something, she would go to his office door and put her head against the door and snap her fingers, and he would snap his back, meaning in a twinkling of an eye, as I can't snap, so you can't hear me snap, but anyway, someone snapped. Thank you, Kathy. So as quick as you can snap your fingers, for those of you who can snap, and those of you who can't, that you could cough, or you can change your mind. The thing you're struggling with can now be solved. The solution is right there in front of you, before you. So, and speaking of which, one of the announcements that wasn't on the announcement, but I'll make it, we have formed a group last month to meet once a month to brainstorm and vision and the idea of growing our attendance. And so that is this Friday night at 7 o'clock here in the center. If you want to participate, just come on down. We don't need to know who all is coming, but we're trying to have it once a month. We've got a conflict in September because we have something wonderful happening on the second Friday in September, being Michael Fennelly's concert. So there is nothing that cannot be solved by this divine mind, individually or collectively, right? For you individually, for us collectively. What I know is that voice for God speaks loudly within us. We listen and we let God have its way by means of us. Okay. Before Diane sets the consciousness for the prayer, I have one other thing I'd like to share. Last July, I was in Seattle at an ongoing ministers' education conference. And one of the things we do up there is study the teacher of teachers, Emma Curtis Hopkins. And this is something, a declaration. I'll copy it for any of you who wants it. This is from Emma, but it's then moderated to modern language. Rise up, my soul. Let us continue with strong commitments to our great self. Rise up, my soul, and raise consciousness wherever I would. Let my light shine so brightly that all know who I am, that I am and what I have come for. I am love in action and expression here to lift hearts, raise spirits, teach, inspire, and empower all to remember. I am that which thou art. Show me the finished kingdom through which I walk. Show me the words, deeds, and actions that make the world glad and sane. And so Diane's going to take us deeper. Now I'm going to pray.
In the silence, there is a sacred place, a secret meeting place. Love is there. In the silence, where every color blends and every rainbow ends, good is there. In the light now you find that you know peace of mind. In the silence, your path is paved in gold, and all your dreams unfold. Love is there, peace is there, truth is there, God is there.
And in that silence, in that place of oneness, I am. I remind myself that that mighty moving power that God is in me is life itself. I remind myself that this cosmic counterpart is the essence that I am, is the truth that I am, is the eternal being of brilliance, of wisdom, of beauty, of grace, of kindness, of love. That this being, this presence, is the truth for each one. I know that it is already so. I know that as anyone in this room, anyone listening to this prayer in faith listens for an answer, asks, what is the answer? The answer is given seamlessly and easily and unmistakably. God is there, and God is for each one. All of God's creation is blessed by this awareness, by this truth. I'm so grateful that this is so. I'm grateful for this wonderful tool of Ho'oponopono. And I'm grateful for simply the tool of turning within, asking for guidance, and receiving God's grace. I simply release this word with gratitude. It is complete. And please join me in saying, and so it is.
Thank you.